Hey folks, Jason the Dead Card Gamer here with another unboxing. Today we're going to be looking at Spawn Power Cards. This is the Power Primer box for the serious player. So this game had, for this release at least, did this special box that has a starter deck, 3 booster packs, a rulebook, and a power book. Now I have no idea what a power book is, but we're going to find out. I just thought this was really a neat different kind of set. This would be really cool, I think, for a sealed deck where you've got the starter deck contents plus the booster packs to really supplement that a little bit, especially if it had set starter deck cards, which I don't know if it does or not. But apparently this is going to get us 95 Spawn Power Cards in total. And let's see what we got on the back here. We got some Spawn art. It's a 190 card set, including ultra rares. And so this is a game I've actually never seen any of the Spawn Power Cards before, but I do have quite a few of the regular the original Power Cards released. And this was a neat game because all of the excuse me, booster packs for the first set at least were actually cardboard packs that kind of folded up, and it looks like this has got kind of the same structure here. But anyway, let's rip this guy open, see what we got. The cards were really weirdly intimidating, almost, I want to say. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's some nice packaging. Look at that. We got a first. No, that's not. This is a power booster, and yeah, it does have the cardboard packs. That's cool. And there's our starter deck. Now, what exactly is a power book? Hints, how-tos, and what's up. Includes a checklist, hopefully for both sets. Let's see, introduction, Power Cards Series 1, Spawn Power Cards, Power Cards hints and stuff. Hopefully this, smoked ham and butter. I don't have any idea what that's about. Power Cards Series 1, ooh, neat. Full checklist for that. And for the Spawn Power Cards. Very cool. I was kind of hoping, oh, and a much better chart. This game, actually, you have to keep track of the hit points, the strength, the aura, and the, like, what do they call it? Intelligence, reasoning. It was reasoning in this game. You have to keep track of those different stats, and so that's what the scorecard here on the back is. Oh, there it is on the right-hand side. Health, reason, and aura. And so this game is kind of fiddly, and even though the cards have a whole lot of stats on them, didn't actually I don't know, use a lot of those in game. It was kind of weird, and I'm hoping that the starter deck here has some better rules than the original release did, because they were not super super detailed. So there's the back of the cards. Got the Spawn logo there, Power Cards logo. Your strength is in the cards, which was always the catchphrase. Got some sticky cards going on here. These ones, I always thought this was really weird about this game. On the edge here, you can kind of see these little dots. That's actually the perforation marks where they popped it off of the printing sheet. So these cards don't have smooth edges, which I always thought was really odd. But that was a thing in the premiere set too, except that those points were actually there was 2 points on each, on the top and bottom, whereas this set has them on the sides. So I don't know, interesting note there. Let's see here, we got an enhancement, and I don't believe there's any sort of rarity symbols on these. And it looks like they just used they just clipped arts from the comics, which is pretty common with comic-based card games. Innocent bystander, a little blood action there. Enhancement, there's a curse, mission cards. There's like 3 types of gameplay that they encouraged with this game. There were basically one-on-one combat, running missions, which was one-on-one combat with something at stake, or just big all-out brawls. All right, so here we go. Here's one of our character cards. Trimmer. Earthly Forces and Beyond, I'm assuming, is his team. PS is physical strength. SP is speed. So that's the PS is gonna determine like how hard you hit the other guy. Speed actually is just there to determine who goes first. And they actually color coded the three main stats in this one, which is nice. That was not a feature in the first one. And that's what we were talking about earlier: the health, reasoning, and aura. And then you also have powers here that actually, and they color coded those as well. So he's invulnerable, which actually boosts his health, and so it's actually gives you that visual indicator on the card. Because in the early game, the first version of the game, there was a lot of looking back and forth and trying to find all the numbers. This is nice the way they color coded this so that you can actually see what goes with what. Although that yellow is not super readable by any means. There's Medieval Spawn. Boomer. I have no idea what that is. I've read a few Spawn comics, but that's actually not a comic that I ever got into, not even back in the 90s when I was super into those original Image comics. Here's an upside down card, Harry Houdini. Oh, but he's a rare. And also that is awesome that Harry Houdini is part of this game. I love me some Harry Houdini. Well, that was a booster pack. Let's jump over to the starter deck, mostly because I want to look at that rule book, see if it's any different. A little bummed that I don't get to say let's rip it with every one of these packs, since they're all cardboard and there's nothing to actually rip. You just kind of slide them open. All right, here's the rule book I was looking for. It's definitely got a new cover. Oh yeah, it's much higher production quality than the first set. Card descriptions. Yeah, this definitely has more information than the first one. Excellent. I'm glad to see that. Intercept, reserve, retreat. Yeah. This is a much better instruction booklet than the first go around for this game. That'll definitely help me when I'm doing a how to play video for this one later on. All right. So in our starter deck, we've got an enhancement stasis field. Let's see. Pop those apart a little bit. Gabrielle, a character, Forces of Light. So she's got a blue background. I'm assuming blue is going to be heroes, and then these red backgrounds are going to be the villains, because Vilifier, I mean, tell me that guy's not a villain. Vaporizer. Enhancement Flebiactant. I don't know what that's all about. Enhancement Image crossover. That's awesome. So we got the characters from Youngblood there. Enhancement Company crossover. They just used the Power Cardz logo, because Power Cardz, the original Power Cardz game, was actually based on a line of superhero comics from Caliber Comics, known as the Sky Universe. And even though I am ooh, hey, there's a, no, that's not actually a Spawn. Maybe it's some, I don't know, some version of the Spawn entity that attaches itself to Al Simmons. I don't know. There's Medieval Spawn. So yeah, the Sky Universe, even though I'm a big collector of dead comic universes, that is not one that I know of at all, really. I don't know if they ever actually made any comics for it or not. There's a straight up Spawn. That's cool. Vandalizer. Al Simmons. Kind of his human form before he became this Spawn, I suppose. Commando Spawn. Dark Kincaid. Crazed Klansman. Okay. Chief Banks. Terran Affairs Contact Enhancement. Yeah, basically there are really only 3 different kinds of cards in this game too. There are these enhancements, and then there are characters, and then there are the mission cards, and that is it. And I think that the mission cards probably only come out of the booster packs rather than the starter decks, because you don't need them to play. It's just kind of an optional other format. Looks like these yellow backgrounds are kind of they're neutral cards. They're neither good nor evil necessarily. Giant Spawn. Okay. Protected Senses there. Oh no, there's a mission card straight out of a starter deck. I guess you do get a couple of those in the starters. Interesting. Yeah, these cards are much more well designed than the original Power Cardz as well. They've actually got like this background stuff, whereas the in these blue and red and yellow backgrounds, whereas the first game, the first Power Cardz release had black backgrounds for villains, and it was just a straight matte black. And glancing below there, and then it had white backgrounds for the heroes, just straight matte white, and enhancement cards were gray, and that was it. And there's a whole, like I say, this wall of text didn't have the coloring to it. They were just really straightforward. It was a really early card game, and really weird rulebook. Oh, there's Grifter. He's not actually from the Spawn comics. He's from Wildcats. Another company crossover there. Crazed Klansman. The Street Tank. Bullseye. Shadowlands. There's another Trimmer. Meta Squid. That's kind of awesome looking. Dark Broody Guy. That's totally not Batman. Smokey. The Anti-Spawn, which I think later became known as the Crusader, if I'm not mistaken, or at least that's what the toy was called. I'm probably more... Ooh, Medieval Spawn, another one. Looks like there's a few different versions of the different spawns. I'm going to assume that Medieval Spawn was our rare, because it was the last card in the pack, and Harry Houdini was the last card in that first booster pack. I feel like I was saying something and lost track of it there. I don't remember what I was saying though, but anyway, oh yeah, I do remember now. I'm actually probably more familiar with these Spawn toys than with the comic book. I had quite a few of those, Ninja Spawn there. Quite a few of the toys, and they were really, really popular there for a while. A lot of the different variant versions of the toys, where one small piece was in a different color on one than the other, and therefore was worth 100 times as much. They were kind of ridiculous back in the day like that. A big gun. That was a hallmark of Spawn right there. Rogue Angel. And Thugs. Maybe the last card isn't a rare, because I would hate to think that generic Thugs are a rare in this game. Maybe we can check, see. We've got this card list, but I don't think it listed rarity. Or no, that was in this power book, wasn't it? And yeah, actually it does. And so we've got commons, rares, and popular, apparently, is the other rarity, at least in the first set. Oh yeah, okay, so it's got spawns at different power levels. He had this power tracker, at least at first. I think that's something they eventually dropped in the book. But yeah, we've got common, popular, rare, and ultra rare. And it looks like that ninja spawn we got was actually an ultra rare, so that's cool. And so is Harry Houdini. Well, excellent. Well, anyway, there is the unboxing of the Spawn Power Cardz Power Primer. Pretty neat little box there. Kind of dig that one. And I'll definitely be doing some more videos on Power Cardz here in the near future, especially now that I've got this sweet power book. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe. If you've got any suggestions on other games I might want to look into, go ahead and leave me a comment here. If you've ever checked out Spawn or Power Cardz before, give us a comment. I'd love to chat it up. Spawn, like I say, is just not one that I know a whole heck of a lot about, and I'd love to learn more. Until next time, this is Jason, the Dead Card Gamer. Have a good one.